which indicated that there would be something very sudden coming in. This tower is definitely coming in for you. But it definitely is a positive tower. Every single time I pulled different cards, different ways to see whether or not there was some different spin or take on this. For whoever this resonates for, there is definitely some confirmation of something sudden coming in that is going to alter your world, and it's followed by absolute happiness. So, of course, as I mentioned before, the idea of the tower is to shake up the foundation, it's to change something, it's to bring in something to improve it or to, eradicate a structure that was not advancing you in some way. So this is that tower, this is that moment. The tower is the major arcana, and to be quite frank, a lot of the cards out here really speak to major arcana. The world card came out, and I'll go through all of those here too, but right now we're just doing double confirmation. So again, the tower card is coupled with the 10 of cups, so you have some kind of significant wake-up call, some significant change in your structures. Something is unexpected coming in that's going to charge up your life in a really positive way. In the last read that I did yesterday, of course, it was coming in with wish fulfillment, but this is the ultimate family card here as well with the 10 of cups. So whatever it is, it's definitely impacting your family life or whoever you consider family. Something along that line is in transition here. There is a new chapter about to unfold and to open up here. And again, I pulled several other cards that I'll sort of bring through as that I pulled out as couples that kind of speak to the same. But either way, there is definitely something coming through here that's going to be an abundant, fresh start either way. So, of course, that 10 of Cups energy, like I said, it's definitely feeling to be really around your foundation, really around family life or something that you consider to be family. But either way, it is a completion card. And not only is it a completion card in this particular area, there's again several cards that speak to, there being a finish up of things. So 10 of Cups is very strong emotional feelings around your foundation. It can even speak to, a sudden change in your love life that is allowing everything to create some kind of emotional harmony because there seems to be levels of prosperity and abundance and some kind of completion to happiness that's coming in here. Something has expanded in your life, in your world. And even though the tower was the suddenness of the change, you're still very much safe and protected as you move through this energy. And it's definitely connections improving all around. There's vast improvement. So when we get into, and of course it can also speak to, material world, those kinds of things, because further out, I do have cards that kind of speak to that as well. We also have the card of the Fool. So, of course, the Fool is going to allow for some new journey, something about to start. There is something here that speaks to, having to take a leap of faith in a new area, just to trust this new process, trust the new direction. This is something where you're feeling a lot more energized, feeling like you can, this is a card of unlimited potential, of course, but it also is, it's a feeling of, oh my God, everything is freed up. There is a sense of just feeling like you're playful again. There is like a playfulness that comes through with the Fool card. So, and as I said, there's a lot going on here in this period that does speak to major arcana. So you're definitely in a space of advancing lots of different ways. Sorry guys, gotta just drink the coffee. A little hypoglycemic here. One sec. Okay, so again, back to the card of the Fool. It is the new lease on life, the new chapter that's starting. It's, kind of that time of innocence where there is going to be some kind of new possibilities ahead, and this is a new adventure for you that I feel that you're about to take on. Again, this is kind of marking the end of a cycle because of the Tower card. There's other cards that speak to that as well. But, this is going to come with its whole new branch of adventure. We also have the card of justice. So, of course, this also speaks to things being in balance, things going in your way. There could be some element of legalities, but it definitely still is they're all major arcana. So, this is a big, 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 big change, whatever this is. but there is, being objective is a part of this as well. And, making sure that you deal with things by assessing it, making decisions that are still true to your values, and, being able to correct things, correct the areas of your life that seemed out of balance. So, following that is the card of the world. And again, major arcana. I have never seen so many cards come through with, such consistent, impactful energy. The card of the world is the one that, and these all came out again just with the general what's coming in. Excuse me, that would be kind of life changing here. But the world is a completion. You've done something. Something has really. This is the success. This is the reward. This is where joy is really coming to you now. This is a deserved success. And especially because the Fool was the card out, and the World card in combination, this is definitely that marking that exact thing, conclusion, before you start the next adventure. Something has come full circle, and this is the reward and the achievement for all that you have gone through. Um, and then moving into the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man energy is still an energy of taking a moment to pause, unlocking whatever those possibilities might be for you. There may have been a lot of sacrifices, but I feel like this is still that energy of uh, kind of at a bit of a crossroads, where you're, having to make some kind of a decision, or figure out, kind of how to go forward. Because we have the Wheel of Fortune following that. Again, these are all major arcana, not deliberately pulled. This is something that's just fallen out. So, again, the Wheel of Fortune speaks to the same. When we kind of put it in combination with the Hanged Man, I mean, there's almost like a period of enlightenment that's gone on with this cycle of change. This is almost kind of being between worlds, where events are about to evolve that are based around helping you to get to your higher purpose and to move something forward. So there's a situation here that's really strongly advancing. We also have the Knight of Pentacles. So this almost feels to me as though there is also further money that could be out ahead, but it's also taking the time to financially plan and be responsible with the money, or responsible with this abundance. But it definitely feels as though this is, again, it's reward for hard work and doing things in a very specific, structured way. We also have the Six of Pentacles. So again, for whoever this resonates for, this is a lot of pentacles here in this particular read with the abundance. This could also mean that there is sort of an exchange of gift giving or something along that line, where there's been a little bit of help to kind of get you there. But either way, it could be just, again, just a specific gift that's coming in for you, something in terms of a bonus or money or reward. But either way, it's about, some kind of generosity and its support uh, within that. So again, we'll kind of go back here as well, but I want to bring forward the other cards that also, because I thought, well, this is just too positive. How could that be so amazing? So I pulled some other cards here to see where things would go. So maybe what I'll do is I'll pull these ones aside, and we'll go to the next combination. So the next combination, again, that came out was the Empress. And of course, the Empress, we all know, is that card of, advancing something emotionally came through. So there's a lot of happiness here. There's a lot of security. There's a lot of abundance. There's even slower money, I would say, coming out, maybe more because you have put in a lot of energy with maybe something that is coming in that's going to be abundant, and then this is taken even further from that point. But either way, there's a lot around a mother figure. There's a lot around a strong desire to, protect things as well. But there's also a lot of sacrifices, I feel, that have been made in regards to kind of a motherly energy as well. But ideas are blossoming here with this. This is kind of that slow and steady sort of won the race, but then the change, like I say, has been brought forward here in this very short while that's kind of, shaken things up, but it is still benefiting you in some long-term way. Um, and again, I still feel like you're able to nurture yourself, you're able to do things in a more positive way. Things are really starting to unfold. And not only with that card, but we also have the card of the sun. So, of course, the sun is a chance to turn everything around. It's that abundant card, it's that card of um, everything being open. It's like a portal opening to your life. There's a chasm that has kind of gone through the, I don't know how I say that, but gone through it's an energy chasm that sort of split and divide things into supporting you where there's more vitality. This is the Leo energy here that could also be relevant. But I just feel like you're just a lot more empowered. There could even be a sense of travel here as well, to a warmer place. But either way, these are magnanimous cards. Like these are just incredible cards of increase in luck, increase in abundance, feelings, emotions, all of that. This is a very positive outcome to, I feel, something that was kind of a pause previously. Um, and again, even with all of that, energy, there was also the next cards that I pulled out following that, which were what was hidden, is what I asked about. What was hidden with the Tower card? And what was hidden, of course, with the High Priestess is, again, speaking to the High Priestess immediately came out. So it's, very directly answering the question. The High Priestess is more of a receptive spiritual energy, definitely speaks to a lot of kind of fate driven activities, that kind of thing. But it's also about the hidden parts of your personality as well. But it's about things kind of culminating and coming together so that there is, you're wiser at the end of this road, which again seems to be incredibly major arcana cards, is what's coming through on all of these fronts. Sorry, guys. Coffee. Okay, so back to the High Priestess. There could be a sense of, like I say, I feel like there's an overwhelming sense of happiness that's coming through. So the card that I did ask about here was what was going to be coming through that's hidden. So it's where you're not seeing everything, but there could also be something secretive in terms of, Scorpio energy could also be relevant here too. But either way, I feel like everything is, maybe you don't know the full story of something yet, but know that what was hidden from you is that this is wish fulfillment. Something that you've wanted is now accumulating in numbers here, because the 9 is about things coming to a conclusion. You have so many cards that also speak to conclusive energy with the 10 of Cups, the 9 of Cups that came through in the previous read, and it's still continuing to come through here. But you are definitely going to be able to gain some sense of attainment, some kind of fulfillment here with all of the energy of these cards. Like I said, this is double confirmation. This was not something that was, and generally this is not the cards that I feel come through for you, Libra. So this is a very rare opportunity with the 9 of Cups. So this is something I feel that you're entitled to, this abundance. There's greater fortune that's coming in here, greater luck, wishes coming true, problems being put behind you. There is still discipline in this read, though, with that Knight of Pentacles, but your manifesting has come through, and there's a lot of emotional satisfaction ahead with this. And even with that Wheel of Fortune, again, like there's synchronicities, everything's lined up now, and you can trust your luck because there is expansive happiness, expansive money, expansive emotion. And the other cards that I pulled out here too that followed that was the Knight of Cups. There is something that of an emotional offer that's still coming through for you that speaks to, um, a higher level of commitment. And of course, there's a victory around that. So this can be something that puts you in the limelight. This can be something that, because the sixes, of course, are still all about balance, and this was in the face of change with the Tower card. So you have triumph over that change or over that challenge, and you're in the energy of that success. You're already in that energy. So it's just a matter of time, because with the Hierophant, again, another major arcana, And these are predominantly what the cards are. And even though the only thing that I saw in there was the Hanged Man, that still speaks to, just changing your approach, changing your mindset, because the events of your life are changing here. Your outer reality is changing. There's a shift in your perspective internally as well, and it just feels like there's so much more hope, so much more happiness, so much more, period, that you are beginning to understand. And it's very centered, very grounded energy. And even with the Hierophant, like I said, I mean, this still speaks to that same energy of, you could be dealing with this could be in around your professional life. It definitely speaks to any kind of traditional organized sort of structure. But it feels like the energy here is one of integrity. It feels like very stable, down to earth strategies. It just feels like if you did have to, I don't think it's really seeking advice here. It actually is like an offer that's coming through that is probably through a traditional connection of some sort that may be long term, that is assisting you in some way, that is allowing for things to come through. So it's some kind of a connection of some sort. Again, could be business or otherwise, but that for some of you that is going to resonate in that particular way. But Knight of Cups is definitely, either way, still something that's coming in for you to advance yourself with. And again, it's emotional in nature. There's a rapid development emotionally as well. So the focus is on finances, the focus is on your emotions. This is just very positive path, with a heart. And I just feel like you are really kind of a heartbeat away from everything, moving something dramatically ahead in your life. Um, Again, there's so many cards of conclusion with nines and tens that for some of you it might be just a slight bit out, but the improvements will just continue to increase, is what I see there. There's just no negative cards here that I see. And then when we get into the next set of cards here as well, what I saw was, again, Ace of Pentacles. So, in terms of a connection, there is a lot of happiness, but there's also a new start. There's a token around this Ace of Pentacles. There's some form of, sorry guys, I should have ate before I did this, but there's some form of advancement in a new path with the money. So it's very grounded energy with the Ace of Pentacles. Does speak to prosperity, health, everything being more positive. There's a token, but again, it's something still surprising that you just were not expecting. But it's still, again, cards defining positive reward for hard work. This is something that is a new stream of income for some of you, or a new financial opportunity that's coming through. It is definitely, the timing is right. There's even a sense of upgrading your home or upgrading something here. But either way, it is definitely still benefiting you emotionally and materially. So it's improving your current situation. Your current status quo is improving. There is also that sense of long-term security with that card. And again, because we have it coupled with the Two of Cups, it does feel like there could very strongly be some kind of a partnership that's involved here. Not only just with the Two of Cups, but there were other cards with the Hierophant that kind of speak to that structured partnership or companionship or whatever it is. But there is something here that really upgrades a situation. So either way, like I said, there's a lot of twos here, and so I just feel like there's a lot of balance, maybe a bit of a period of waiting, but there is still, something that is going to keep growing, keep advancing. The Two of Cups, again, is still upgrading things in an emotional way. So again, it's feeling more complete, actually feeling quite complete, because you did hit the Ten of Cups. But it is, all about bringing more attention to your status here as well, because of that Six of Wands that was in there previously. But there's a lot of emotional balance. There is a very strong connection to friendships here, I would say, is coming through. Very significant, not large scale, but smaller groups of people where, there could be sort of a settling of disputes and that kind of thing coming in at this time here as well. But smoother partnerships either way. And I do feel like that's definitely in a positive. So we also have last cards out, and we're talking about the Chariot. Again, major arcana. Not, this, I just don't even understand it myself, actually, but Even with the chariot is sort of the driving force behind. It's the impetus to move things ahead. It is also that card of taking charge of one's life. It is, could be in around a vehicle as well, but either way, if it was, it would still speak to, taking action. But the Knight of Swords is still immediate communication that's coming in there as well. But the chariot has, somebody who's got a real strong sense of how they're going to be moving forward, especially when I see it coupled with that Knight of Swords. There's a lot of energy of movement, and luck changing, all of that. So again, when we get to the chariot, there could still be a bit of a choice, but there's some kind of a transition where you're overcoming obstacles either way. So whatever this tower was, just know that this is the ultimate change. This is a significant success. And I do feel Cancer sign is also very relevant here, water sign, but there's still lots of energy around self-discipline, a lot of willpower, purpose-driven, that kind of thing, creating your own destiny. That's what these cards speak to. There's a lot of working on projects and getting things done and proving yourself and focusing on your goals, overcoming obstacles, all of that. I feel like and I would still say even around your relationships, that seems to be also center focus. It's not just about your goals. Maybe it could be a combination of people coming together to build on those goals, I would say as well. But either way, I just feel like, and maybe there is something around buying a new car, something like that as well here. But either way, it is outstanding energy on so many levels, so many fronts. And I feel like spiritually, you're also embarking on a new journey of self-discovery, realizing who you really are. And as the card sort of depicts power spots, like knowing your power spots, understanding your own power, understanding your own gifts, understanding, some kind of journey or dream that you're about to move on. It feels like there's a lot of energy that's coming in there that is giving you a little bit more of a driving force to finish or complete something. That Knight of Swords energy can be in around sort of word driven or communication driven. Like I said, Knights are all about, staunch movement, moving things ahead in a really immediate way. It could also be around travel, specifically to travel by car. But the Knight of Swords is conquering, and it's also that energy of, still with the chariot, it's that aggressive sort of assertive energy. So like I said, hi JC, thanks for watching. um and yeah, like I just feel like this is something sudden, like I said, unexpected. And I do feel like even in terms of a job, that's here. For those of you that are looking for a job, it feels like there's just something powering up here. There is a reason for you to be more. Again, I didn't give it a time frame, but it is double confirmation that there is wishes coming through, for you. And it definitely speaks of a situation that is in your hands. And it's, coming in pretty quick, though, I would say. Especially when I see, this, because the king, or sorry, the Knight of Swords is a very ambitious card, and it's also kind of moving ahead very assertively, very quickly. So you're in pursuit of something, and it's going to pay off in a big way. The card of the moon means you're not really quite in, it's not quite within visibility yet. You're seeing that you're in that energy, that you see something is moving in a more positive, but you're just not fully seeing the full picture yet, but you're in the energy of everything coming towards you very soon. You could be sort of struggling with still, some elements of some inner conflicts or whatever there, but either way, the moon still speaks to, that energy of reflecting on things. So you may be still in that energy of not really seeing the way forward yet, but again, it's coming. The energy around the Knight of Swords is telling me that it's coming in pretty quick here, and whatever fears that you have around the situation, I don't feel they're going to hold you back. You may feel that it's holding you back. You may feel that something is not quite, uh, the direction is not quite visible here, but either way, there is still something that speaks to direct application, direct energy, direct communication, direct movement, all of that is coming through. There could be, or could have had, some issues around some anxiety or some mental distress of some sort here, or conflict, something along that line. But there's so many positive cards here. I feel like you're just overcoming that, in a fearless sort of way. You're pushing ahead to get something done. And again, Cancer is really strongly relevant here, but even your spirituality is deepening at this time. So there's just a lot that's coming through here. And it's almost like I said, it's kind of like an energetic chasm. Something is split and almost opening up here that is really designing the way. The other part of things, like I said, with that, the main cards that were out, I'll just go back to these really quick here. And again, like the main cards out, when you're looking at, that was the ultimate happiness, the Tower with that 10 of Cups. And again, the 9 of Cups is also showing up here again. So the 9 of Cups came out with the 10 of Cups. So there's some kind of emotional reflection, I feel, that could also be going on about what, happiness is to you, and it's almost like the fulfillment, in looking at all these areas, how do I put that? In looking at all the emotional stuff that you've gone through, it's almost like you're wanting to reflect on that with that moon energy. You're wanting to take a look at all the things that kind of led up to that. It's like you're reflecting on that, because when you reach the 10 of Cups, it's like you realize the things that you belong to, that you're connected to. It's like you have a better understanding of how deep things really are in those connections. So it's knowing your value, it's knowing your worth, it's all of those things here. It's definitely career driven, I would say here as well. But if you're looking for a satisfying career, and I feel like you're getting it, and there's a lot of joy, a lot of happiness around things balancing out. Again, because of that 10 of Cups energy, following in there, I just feel like this is going to be the ultimate period. Once you hit this energy, and again, it's coming in pretty quick. It's coming in pretty quick, and then we can deal with it. But either way, I'm going to leave it at that. Keep moving forward, Libra.